If you're a man, you don't cry about it. You take life, the ups and downs. If you're a real man, you never go down, you just stay up. That's why this sport coat costs $800 and that costs $200. And I don't know what that costs, I'd be ashamed to wear it. That's why I'm wearing lizard shoes and a Rolex watch.
Importing it, snorting it, any competition extorting it, anything I want affording it, got enough crack to get four to hit, turn a saint to a sinner, lose to a winner, whether old school or upbeat, getting my shit's the best, Rick's the best, have your heart beating right out your chest, that Ric Flair like, woo! That Ric Flair like, woo! This is all I do, I got that Ric Flair like, woo! Woo! Styling, profiling, that Ricky make a girl go, woo!
Reach Goblin Ogre.
Our guest, our very exciting guest, is on his way, running a little late, but we have an out here because the Rivals has booked a fun Friday night party here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a good booking and stuff. It's not Thursday night, which is usually the Keys comedy booking night so far.
Are you sure you're supposed to be saying that?
I don't know.
This is a secret location.
It's a secret location.
Not everybody can be aware of this, especially the police.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
How you been?
Yeah, I've been okay. They little, not many people. My mother-in-law has had some health issues, and they switched her. They do a lot of switching. If you go through the hospital system, they switch you from one wing to another wing, or whatever. Oh, I'm so pissed off. Yeah. Her last wing had way hotter nurses.
Okay.
Now I have all these fucking duds in this wing, and I'm so annoyed.
They transfer? Is it like a specific wing where they keep the more attractive nurses?
That's what I think. And you know what's... Don't let anyone tell you that, like, good-looking people, they may be good-looking, but they're not as, this or that, or they're not as good as this or whatever. They're also the way more competent nurses. They're the best.
Okay.
So the most attractive nurses, also really great nurses.
But you think that has to do... youth plays a lot, like, as far as, like, that go-getter attitude. Yeah. Do you think once they start to break down, become decrepit, and they've changed one too many... like seniors' diapers, that they start to kind of get a little bit frustrated with the job and start hitting them eventually?
You know what? There's been several people. I won't speak about my mother-in-law specifically, but there's been people around her or whatever that I'm not going to say. I can't condone anyone hitting your parents or grandparents when they're old and in the hospital. I don't condone it. Or in these homes,
Okay.
Do I understand the feeling? 100%.
Right.
Like, there was one lady, she was, like, being helped at night. We were there, like, pretty late, just visiting. And they were like, I think you're going to turn her over so that, you don't get bed sores or whatever.
Yeah. And
she was screaming bloody murder at the top of her lungs while they're trying to help. And you can hear them. They're like, I'll make up a name, like Sally, we're trying to help you, Sally. Or she's like, get the fuck off me.
Yeah.
You have to feel like in that moment, the animal part of your brain goes, I should hit this person.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason. I don't forgive them, but I understand it.
Well, I deal with them a lot, like all day on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I get some that are like incredibly sweet, very nice, like I wish I could do more for them. I had one guy, very nice dude. He wished me, like, I hope you have a great week. And before I could let him, I had already hung up on him. And I felt like really atrocious about that.
Yeah.
I was just like, what's his number? I want to call him back. Like, I will have a good week, and I hope you have a better one. But then
he's dead now.
But then you got the ones on the phone that you can't wait for their death certificate. Like, they're just really like they can't hear, especially the French ones. The French ones drive me fucking crazy because they go, I'll be like, oui, bonjour, vous avez rejoint, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they go, do you, in French, they'll go, do you speak French? Parlez-vous français?
Yeah.
And I get mad. I say cunty things like, in French, I'll go like, can you hear me talking? And they're like, yeah.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
And fuck it. And then they'll go like, yeah. So you speak French? I want to throw them out the window.
Do you know what I know that is, though? It's two. There's two. types of people. One is forgivable and the other one is annoying, right? Because I've realized this. We both speak French. As much as I love my people somewhat or whatever, it's half of where I come from. I have some respect for the French Canadians or whatever. French Canadians and French people are some of the only languages, and you could confirm this with Spanish, where they get mad if you don't speak it correctly. Whereas as far as I know, every single other language, if you show up in their country and you like attempt to speak it, they go, oh!
Yeah, they get really excited.
They get excited.
Not French people.
No, French people go, fuck you. Just speak your language. We'll speak ours.
And I've had little comments like by the end of the call going, in French, they'll go, I thought your French was really good.
Yeah,
and that fucking boils me, man.
That boils you?
It does.
Oh,
because
I
I
like
could tell it's kind of condescending.
Yeah.
And Quebecers, I don't know if you notice, like, you have to be rough with them. You have to give them shit. Yeah. Otherwise, they're not gonna.
They like directness and abruptness. Or whatever.
When I get abrupt and direct and louder, they go like, oh, okay, merci beaucoup, and then they're nice, and then they say have a great day.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's the fucking worst. But I've been worried about you. I'll think about you, and I'll get worried because I'll just be like,
I don't see him about.
I don't see him, and it's concerning that I'm actually thinking about him. Like it's,
it must be bad for me to have human empathy.
Because I go, I've known you for a long time. You've always been a guy who's had his shit together. From what I could see, I mean, I could be wrong, but then, every week would go by and I would see a little seemingly sadder and a little bit more like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know what's going on. Like we were talking about the other week. You're like, it's kind of all happening all at once. You're getting it from all angles. So I'm like, I kind of hope this pummeling he's taking emotionally stops. Because I'm kind of, a little worried.
Here's what I'm going through is that you have a right to be worried because I'm being pummeled for sure. That's the right word. I feel pummeled by life, right? Now I'll say this is I've never had more appreciation and happiness for the people around me because people are real cool or whatever, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the mother-in-law, I would love. I know it's a joke for everything, but my girl's mom, love her. She's not the only. This is not the only person I've heard this from. Some male friends of mine, it's I think it's a weird thing where your mother-in-law or whatever. But I don't know if you've had any dealings with women's moms you've dealt with or whatever. But her mom loves me. I love her, and it's not the only one. I've had other girls that have been dating where their moms love me.
Yeah.
So that one's a rough one because I like it. I like her. So her going through bad shit is rough. The job thing, and I know we're supposed to be comics and we're whatever. Yeah. But I need money.
Yeah, it's running out. I have a black girlfriend.
She keeps buying hair, and I don't know. You have hair. Why are you buying hair? I see your hair.
I starting to get to know my girlfriend's mom a little bit more.
All right, yeah.
I've only really met her once.
Are they out there in Coburg?
No, she's nearby. I think it's I think Port Hopeville. I don't know. She's nearby.
Port Hope's not far. Yeah.
And
Port Hopeville.
yeah, Port Hopeville.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Well, recently my girlfriend went to Antigua with the mom, and I was invited originally.
No, you weren't.
No, I was, and
they're trying to meet them. Sexy. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna jump again. Sorry. You were originally invited. Sorry, I'm gonna stop. Go ahead.
And at first I went, oh, okay, this sounds good. Yeah. Sounds great. As time goes on, I'm like, this is kind of a pricey trip. I don't really want to go. I'm not into it. And then it's just like, oh, my mom has these bags that she needs to be carried.
Sure.
So I start realizing, oh, she wants me to just carry the bag. So I finally just decide I'm not going. So the mom gets a little bit panicky, what do you mean? He doesn't have to worry about paying back, blah, 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 we'll figure it out. I'm no, I'm not going. Well, I'm glad I didn't go because the bags that this lady wanted me to carry were full of rocks.
Oh.
Dude, rocks.
Oh, wait.
Rocks.
Okay, I need to I need to guess. Rocks. Okay, they're full of rocks. Why would she be bringing rocks?
Because she likes them.
No.
Yeah.
No, No, really?
Yeah.
Like pet rocks type that she likes.
She
rocks
sees like
sense?
a rock and she likes it, and she plans to move there. So she packed us fucking two suitcases full of rocks. My girl comes home like a couple nights before they are set to take the trip. The fucking bag in the back of her car weighs more than that fucking pool table.
Pool tables are so heavy.
And I'm just like, are you actually going to carry these for your fucking mom? And she's like, well, I guess I don't have. I'm like, tell her no. At what point do you like tell your mom or your parent or your whoever, once you get of a certain age, this is stupid, this is crazy, I'm not okay with this, you're not okay, you shouldn't be traveling with rocks halfway across the world. And it's just like, she's like, yeah, but she's, I don't know what to say. I said yes already. So
I gotta ask you something. When your girl told you about this rocks fetish that her mother-in-law has, let's call her mother-in-law, whatever, right? Your girl's mom. Did she say it in a way that, some people who grew up with something, so to them, even though they don't do it, they don't think it's weird? Did she tell you in a way like, I need to warn you, this is going to be weird? Or did she just say, yeah, no, she needs to bring her rocks? Like, how? I
don't think either. I think I was just like, well, what is this? And she goes like, oh, it's rocks. I'm like, what kind of rocks? And she's like, I don't know.
That's a good question. You're opening diamonds?
Right. Some gemstones or something.
Yeah.
Something cool.
Yeah.
No, it's just fucking rocks.
Stones.
Yeah.
Like, these are... Yeah.
So I'm like, I hope they like get to the airport. Like, no, absolutely not. No, they allowed that. They passed that through customs. It was fine.
Your girl wasn't embarrassed to tell you that her mom collects rocks on a large scale?
I think as I was dissecting the thing, like, what do you mean rock? And I started like, that's when you could see the embarrassment in her face.
This is what I mean, is that I don't think until this moment she ever had to do the math on how weird that is.
Yeah.
Because she grew up with it, like... Or I don't know if since she was a kid, but she's known for and you love your parents, so you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, look, perfect example is yo, what up? Keys, jump on whenever you're ready.
Our guest is here, Mr. Kivork. Key Epic.
Key Epic.
No, that's all right.
That's okay. Flick that on. I don't think I flicked it on yet. Yeah, you're good.
I'm just coming from the barber shop.
Oh, shit. All right. Were you cutting or getting your hair cut? Managing?
I was doing some viral videos. They're pretty funny.
Oh,
and cutting. Sick. Oh, thanks for wearing the Keys Comedy Club hat.
Oh yeah, I just started getting into it. When I had my longer hair, it kind of looked up, but now with my shorter hair, it fits nice. Yeah, I'm rocking it now.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I mean, I can't. The only problem is I cannot move on from. I'll just catch you up. We just found out Lee's girlfriend's mom collects rocks, and is moving to another country and intends to bring her rock collection to this other country, and it's just too weird for me to just be like, oh, Kivork is here, let's just move on.
No, this lady is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
she's pretty crazy, dude.
Oh my god,
what kind of rocks are they now? Are they crystals like amethyst?
See, exactly. That's a good question.
That's an amazing question, but no, they're just fucking rocks that she liked.
Really?
And she made my girlfriend, because she wanted me to carry them originally, but then I said I'm not going on this trip. So then she had to force my girl to do it.
Don't tell me they're boulders and y'all are breaking your bags and bringing it on the airport.
That's what they did. That's what she did. It was fucking stupid.
How do you get that through the security check?
They looked at it and they said it's fine, and they let her on.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like pretty damn sure they were just gonna fucking. We can't like throw them away.
Are you sure not going? Maybe she's not going to Antigua. She's going to like the Middle East, and these are her stoning rocks.
These are weapons that they're selling to the Afghanis.
These are nice Canadian rocks.
Good stone throwing rocks. Yeah.
They bash a skull way better than your rocks. You guys have poor rocks.
So the security didn't say a word. They just put it through the X-ray. They're like,
looks all normal here.
They're like, this is normal. People.
West Indians. Yes. Yes, sure. Sure. That's how you know it's fucked up, is when they say sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you say rock, I'm imagining them like this big.
Yeah, no, they were fucking. I didn't even see them. Yeah, I wanted to open and say, "Nah, don't bother." But when I was telling them, they were heavy as fucking shit. I'm like, how are you going to carry? Like, you're going to Antigua.
Yeah, they have.
I wouldn't even carry these if we're going to fucking Brampton. I wouldn't carry those goddamn stones anywhere.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. God.
Holy shit.
Oh, the other thing that happened while my way here, I had this realization. I was listening to Will Smith. was doing the Drink Champs podcast. You ever listen to Drink Champs?
No.
No, what's it
You ever-
about?
Drink Champs. You know Noriega, the rapper from back in the day?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Capone and Noriega.
Capone and Noriega, they were 90s hip hop group. One of the guys started a podcast with one of his DJs, and they basically get drunk and talk to rappers about shit back in the day or whatever. And he got Will Smith on, and Will Smith was talking the whole time. He never specifically, so far that I've listened to, mentions the Oscars slap, but he talks about his worst moment, and everybody knows during the podcast that's what he's talking about. And he was talking a lot of therapy shit. And this was my thought when I listened to this, is that therapy, if you go to therapy, it can excuse a lot of the shitty things you do to people.
Yeah.
By blaming you not dealing with your own stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he never once goes like, and I realize this, I think there's a lot of people who do this, is they go to therapy and then they did shitty things to people and they just go, you know what, it's my fault. And you think they're going to say, I shouldn't have done that. They go, I should have been dealing with my issues a long time ago,
Yeah.
you know? And then it becomes their parents' problem. I've decided that therapy can be good, but it's also it's a tool being used to still treat people like shit.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like you said, as soon as you go I'm dealing with my issues, I'm going to therapy.
Yeah.
You know where I see a lot of that in? When pedophiles get busted. Yeah, that's one of their fucking excuses. Those pedophile hunter guys or whatever, they catch guys like, no man, I've never done this before. Like,
Yeah. They go to therapy.
I'm talking to somebody right now. I'm in therapy. Yeah, but you're also right here. Yeah. What the fuck does it matter if you're in therapy? Yeah. You should be in your therapy right now instead of us kicking the shit out of you. I love these pedophile videos.
So you think therapy people just use it as an excuse to be assholes?
Yes,
or to not apologize. To just not apologize.
Not apologize for what they've done wrong by just using it like, oh, I'm in therapy and I'm trying to fix this. I'm trying.
So you're saying they could just throw this table down right now and be like, yo, my bad, I'm doing therapy.
Yes. Yes.
It's an excuse. It's
Yes.
the ultimate excuse.
They do it all the time. I was just listening to it and it felt, and you guys, people can listen to the Will Smith interview on Drink Champs, but it just felt so fucking like, he was funny and some stuff. You can tell he's charming, but it felt so devoid of realizing like, hey, I fuck up sometimes, and it was all like, oh, the world, and this is how you deal with things next time.
You know what else is another I'm in therapy?
Yeah.
It's I'm just joking. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
Like comedians,
comedians are the worst.
That's been the thing for long. I was just kidding. I was just joking. Yeah, but what if your joke sucks? What if your joke ain't funny? You know what I mean? There's always that. Your joke, you sounded like a real piece of shit right there.
Or
I mean, didn't Will Smith slap a comedian?
Or when they say the most harsh shit, and then they, in order to take it back, they go, "Oh, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
It was a joke.
It's not a harsh thing that was said, but this was one of the fucking
Like for example, let's say they fuck your mom.
Real good.
really good. And they actually did, but now you're mad about it, and so they're like, you know what? I'm just joking. But they actually,
it was a joke,
brother. They actually had your mom in a pretzel position.
Well, I would rather. It's just
but for you not to find out they're joking now.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
I mean, I'm just joking.
joking.
Like, I'd rather I'm just joking than we're in love. Your mother and I. You have a really good mom there, Lee. Like, nah. We're moving it. I'd rather it's just a joke. I mean, because then at the end of the day, if that shit, it is sickening. Like, if one of my friends fucked my mom, I'm like, that's fucked up. But I'd be more mad at her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We won't talk to the guy that much anymore.
Yeah.
Because every time I see him.
Yeah, but you can't be mad at him. Your mom's so hot.
Yeah. She has to be responsible for that ass.
No, I remember I saw somebody do something as a joke and said it was a joke, but I knew, I watched it from the outside looking in, and I'm like, it wasn't a joke, and it was. My cousin, my brother is married now, but his ex, right? I guess my cousin didn't like her. I don't know. To this day, I never got him to admit it, but he must not have liked her. And I remember we were at Dave & Buster's, and a ball had one of the basketballs from the game had gotten away from someone, and my cousin caught it and saw my brother's girl. and like whipped it at her and hit her hard.
No way.
And I remember my brother got mad, and my cousin was like, "Oh, I was just joking."
Yeah.
But I saw the evil on his. I watched the whole thing happen, and I saw the evil on his face when he winded up.
That's
Dude,
hilarious.
seeing girls get hit by balls is the funniest
Or
fucking
sexiest
shit.
thing, either one.
One of my earliest memories was we were in the schoolyard. It was elementary. Remember that movie, The Craft?
Yeah,
with those 4 witches.
Yeah.
Light as a feather, thick as a board.
I watched it recently.
There's a group of girls like a year younger than us that were obsessed with that movie, and they were in the nearby area where we were playing soccer.
Sure.
And they were doing their gay witchcraft shit. One of my buddies kicks the soccer ball really hard, hits this fat girl in the back that was like part of their circle.
Yeah.
She starts like dry heaving, like she can't breathe, and everybody's like panicking. Oh my god, are you okay, Sarah? Are you okay? My buddy walks right up to her from behind. He's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And begins to punch her back with his open palm as hard as he can. And she's like, with spit coming out,
winding her,
wailing her on her. Yeah.
Oh fuck! It
was funny.
Oh, you just turn on the light. I just realized I never turned on our
I gave you guys more lights.
Yeah.
Videos
No, it looks
about
better.
good lighting.
I think that's the only way you could hit women. Is with a ball.
Back in the day. Oh, I
like
thought you meant back in the day when we were young.
No, like if you see anybody throw a ball or kick a ball and it hits a woman, everybody goes like, "Oh, are you okay?" But nobody looks at you. Hey, man, what the fuck? Don't hit a lady. That's the only way to properly hit a lady.
Whip a ball,
It's fine.
I used to joke with Fergus though. That's a good way. That's a way you can hit a girl.
Yeah.
Is also a leg sweep. Because someone would assume it's like she's an attacker.
Or submission moves. You know, the sharpshooter,
the
the crossface, anything that gets them to tap that doesn't involve blows.
Blows is really where like it feels brutal.
Yeah,
that's why like I remember someone explained like UFC is actually worse than boxing in terms of like long term. It's better than boxing in terms of long term damage. Because as much as it looks brutal, they're on the ground, like hitting each other, everything. Boxing is blows to the head repeatedly over long periods of time.
They're trying to knock you out.
Yeah.
Boxing, there's no tap out. It's just like they're trying to fucking beat the shit out of you before you beat the shit that you get the shit beat out of you.
Yeah. Unless you know Moss, like your uncle.
Which one?
Roberto Duran.
No, that's a scary sport, dude. To fucking go in there and be like, I might get knocked out.
Yeah, it is.
In front of everybody.
That's why they have like high suicide. This is gonna be a sad part. They have high suicide rates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like everybody's watching and you get your ass handed to you. It's like a brutal like feeling and you can't like escape it. That's why it's like that and like soccer because you might as well kill yourself. They're gonna kill you if you fuck a game up or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I could do the UFC. Especially with my big nose, that's the first thing that's being broken.
Yeah. I got a beak too. I'm gonna get mashed up.
Try to hide it behind that mustache, but it's there.
Oh no, what's it called? It's always been there. The mustache kind of accentuates it though.
I've had several girls though tell me that a big nose on a guy is sexy because they like to mush their pussies into your nose.
Yeah, they do. And also,
clits.
I don't know how accurate the study is, but they say the bigger the nose, the bigger the dick. It's a direct thing.
The study.
Hey, nice nose. Let's see that cock. Yeah.
You know what's funny? You think there's no studies, but like there's scientists doing stuff. Like I remember my friends. I think I've talked about this before, but my friend's ex or whatever girl he was dating back in the day, she was an engineer, but she was doing tests on fake pussies or something like that. So she had like a bunch of pocket pussies or whatever, and then she was like testing them out. I forget for what, but she was using fake pussies to do her experiments.
How is she testing it? Like, was she fingering it or was she like running on a guy?
She had something, I think, like fucking it or something like that. I can't remember.
What's the experiment for?
Can we get rid of women?
We've been trying to figure this out for a very long time. Jesus.
Well, now you can get a robot that doesn't talk.
Yeah.
That's true. You know what? That's the fucked up thing is that I think the truth is the men who get like sex doll, like these really realistic sex dolls and stuff, is we like to joke as men that like, oh, we get the ones that don't talk or whatever. Those guys would love it if she talked.
Right. Inquired about his day, his hobbies, his interests. You know what I mean? It is nice, you know, to be able to just sort of like say what's on your mind a little bit. I don't like to talk too much though. Like as far as like with girlfriends and shit like that.
Or on this podcast.
I just like to I like joking. I like joking around, but sometimes when things get serious, I go like a little too far, I think. Because the more serious a topic is, the more serious I feel I'm expected to be. So I'll dig myself into a hole. Like one thing I'm in, like, well, you know, women nowadays, they don't really, give guys a chance to set. And then it'll end with, because they're all whores.
You can't just make a point.
No, I have to keep going and going on a serious topic.
Where's your favorite place to meet whores? Mine is abortion clinics.
That's smart.
It's like a dirty Stephen Wright.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's all girls talking about my boyfriend actually wanted to start a family. I'll be like, you can cry at my place, honey. Come over here with me. Abortion clinics are the best place to meet whores.
Do you want kids?
Maybe I have some. Not that
You know why abortion clinic is a good place to meet? If you don't want kids, you know she's down for an abortion. You know? You don't want to get one of those girls who's like, no, I want to keep it. And you go...
I want kids one day, yes, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many?
Maybe like 4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, you're serious. How old are you now?
35. How old are you guys?
Yeah, 35.
39.
Yeah.
39.
I always forget how old he is.
Well, men can have children at any age. Look at Donald Trump. Had the kid at 62. Now he's like 82.
Yo, fuck
and
Donald
that guy's
Trump.
smart as fuck, his kid.
Pacino.
Barron?
Yeah, Barron.
Oh, my God.
I think that kid's retarded. I don't know why.
Barron made him like millions.
How?
In some crypto idea, and also he helped him with
the crypto scam. You mean?
Oh yeah, it was a pump and dump. It was a pump and dump. Trump did this pump and dump.
We gotta love this guy because you know what? The more I think about it, I'm like, I forgot to put on the light, and he turned on a light during realizing we were sitting in the darkness.
Yeah, he hated our setup.
Video's best with good light.
Pacino just had a kid, and Pacino's like fucking 80-something or 90, and he just had a kid. That's irresponsible. Like, imagine your dad dying when you're 2, but of natural causes. Like, I know I have friends whose dads died like young, but it was because they had like heart attacks at 50 or whatever.
You're both urinating yourselves before like that. But can you imagine being that woman that took that old man load? Like just his like little quivery arms probably on top of her, like, and just his fucking face, and she's just laying there like it's Al Pacino, I guess. I don't know,
holding the cane, doing one of these.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And if it's not working, he's using the cane, doing one of these.
Just nailing her.
It's gonna be so weird though, because you know what also sucks about that? Your dad's Al Pacino, but they're gonna grow up and they can't even tell their friends their dad's like if they say my dad's Al Pacino, their friends, their friends are so young. They're gonna go, who the fuck is Al Pacino?
Right. And then they show, Scarface. Okay, so he was a famous cokehead character, and then he got your mom pregnant at 97. All right, your dad sucks,
and your mom's a creep.
Yeah. Completely. There's I don't believe anybody that goes, I loved him for him. No, that's not how that works. I mean, you love him for the only time a girl loves an old man like that is if he groomed her when she was
if he does it the right way.
Then he puts in the work. Yeah, it's a foul thing.
Yeah. So you're not old, but like that means you got to get on your 4 kids, like not soon, but soon-ish. Because you want to be old dad. Old dad, like that sucks. Being an old dad, you can't play catch with your kid. I don't know.
I think I'm still gonna be playing ball in like my 70s.
Oh yeah.
I seen this one guy at YMCA playing ball in his 70s.
That's true. Human technology is improving. That even the hospital I was talking about, when I was at the hospital, like you're meeting people and they're like in their late 90s and still walking around. It's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like if you have a kid too old, like as a guy,
Yeah.
you can't really bond with the kid. I heard like a lot of guys who were like Theo Vaughn had an old man dad. And he said he couldn't bond with him. He just looked like some old dude to him. So he had nothing in common. The guy didn't try. And that's like recurring with these situations. You're just an old man. You're tired. You don't hold your fucking kid.
Yeah. Even if
You're exhausted.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then that fucks them up.
If I have a kid, I'm doing it soon, within a couple of years.
I have to do it like next week.
Yeah, you'd be
I will be that old man dad. Yeah,
you're already an old dad.
The kid will be 20. I'll be 60.
60.
Yeah.
Even me, I'll be close to 60. If I had a kid right now, I'd be close to 60 when the kid is 20 and like starting his life or whatever. And I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Would you name your kid Cosby? That's a serious question.
I'm not gonna lie. The kid name that I want to name, if it's a boy, Bill.
Bill?
I want to name my kid Bill. Yeah. Not William, just Bill on the birth certificate. Yeah. So, I want to name him after Bill Cosby.
Middle name, maybe Cosby. Cosby doesn't sound like a great first name, but middle name?
Middle name, Rufus.
Call him
Roofie.
Roofie Cosby.
Rufus Cosby.
Roofie Cosby.
He goes by Roofie.
Yeah.
Kid grows up. Why does mom hate you? The circumstances of your birth were. No. I'm trying to get it in soon if I get a kid because I gotta. Like I'm 35 is not old. But whatever. I got to get that in soon. But I got to lose weight too. I also don't want to be old fat dad. That's terrible.
I mean, but you're gonna gain the weight back. So how long before you gain it back? Like you're gonna wait until the kid's 10. Are you gonna stay in shape
post 10?
10.
I'm fine being fat post 10.
Yeah.
It's no wait. I can't even say that because my girl's kids, like her son had a birthday at a hotel. And I found out through the grapevine of my heart goes out to her daughter who's got my back. She overheard her son's friends making fun of my fucking plumber's bum and fat ass. And apparently she told my girl, I don't fuck them and I don't like them because they were making fun of Daniel or whatever. And then for some reason my girl told me.
Yeah.
Oh, it made me so sad.
Yeah, hurt your feelings.
It hurt my feelings so much. Fucking 16-year-old teenagers making fun of my fat slob.
That's funny, man. Like to still have your feelings hurt after a certain age. Like I get annoyed, but I don't go like, ouch. You know what I mean? Like
it's something about them being young. If they were older, I don't think I'd care or whatever.
And you want to throw that line like, "You'll be here one day." Shut the fuck up, Grandpa. No, I've thought about that. Like the whole, I'm getting older, but I'm not like jealous or upset at young people.
No.
I'm kind of happy I grew up in the time I grew up in because I think being young now would suck. Like here,
why?
Oh, because of all the political wokey sort of. You have to because people have opinions when they're young and they think it's the right opinion because it sounds good. But when you're older, you realize all the holes in that opinion and why it's not such a good thing. So they're kind of just blind to all this shit. They're just like, no. 'Cause when I was younger, I was all like, oh, who cares if like they're gay? I'm pro-gay. When I was younger, I was just who gives a shit? And then I get older, and then it's fucking everywhere, and it's just fucking put into everything, and it's influencing like a lot of young minds. I'm like, I don't like where this type of gay invasion is going.
So
and then you say that, and they're like, you're homophobic.
So you're saying you wouldn't have a kid in this era because he's gonna come out transgender?
for like a minute. Yeah, he's gonna think he's like, oh, maybe I'm gender fluid right now, like because that's the influence, and the influence is this is what's cool, this is what's popular, so be this. And when a lot of kids don't have a fucking personality of their own, so they'll just adopt that.
So if your kid was transgender, what would you do? Would you disown him?
He's trying to Tracy Morgan you. My son was gay.
I wouldn't stop like loving my kid, obviously, but if it's a boy trying to act like a girl, I'm like, well, we got nothing in common. Like, I can't talk to you. Yeah, if it's a chick trying to be a guy, well, then that's my little dude. No penises for you. I'm proud of you.
No, but now things are changing. They might pull a fast one on you. They're like, no, I think I was born a man, but a gay man, so still penises. That happens.
Yeah, I'm a woman but born
How
as a
mad
gay
would
man.
you be if your daughter is dressing like a man but still getting fucked?
I would probably dive deeper and deeper into alcoholism because I'd be like, where did I fail? But you think
you're going to do that regardless.
Do you think
Don't put that on your trans daughter. She's a wonderful woman.
But do you think, like, I don't know, that this is a, how do I put it? Like, is this a thing that you could sort of, like, people are going to eventually get past and admit that it was like a phase? Because right now, I think my biggest problem is I like that it could be a phase. If it was just a phase, that's one thing. But, you know, with all the surgeries and all those extreme measures that people are trying to encourage younger people, I'm like, that's irreversible shit. That's when it gets creepy. And if my kid did something like that, you know, every time I see them, I'd be fucking sad. I would just be like, oh, you mutilated yourself.
I think some are going to regret it. Some are going to be happy with their decision. It'll be a crapshoot. It just depends, you know? What about you?
What?
Would you prefer I can't remember, whatever, your boy wanting to be a girl or your girl wanting to be a boy? Or feeling they are. This is me being politically correct.
Girl wanting to be a boy, so that way I could say, hey, we both like pussy.
Everyone does prefer lesbian daughter is definitely
gay son,
the way to go. Yeah. If you're a dude, lesbian daughter, like I would, if my daughter was a lesbian, I'd be like, this is the best news ever.
Yeah.
I'm in full support of this.
I mean, because lesbians, too, like when they come over to your house, they're mostly kind of quiet. Yeah. Gay dudes kind of want to get involved with everything. They want to put their hands on everything. They try to act too likable. And it's just like, it's an act. It's all an act. Like the gay thing, like when guys like figure out they're gay like later in life, and then they start talking like they start doing the fucking.
They were never before.
And they were never doing that before. It's like, why are you doing that silly voice?
Yeah, that's why I respect the ones who are like,
it's an act.
They're 6 and they're really gay. I'm like, oh well, that's who you are inside.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
natural.
When people do that voice, it's just that reminder of I suck dick voice. Like it's unnecessary.
You do that so well. I believe you suck dick.
Dude, I'm very good at that. As soon as I found out what gay was when I was a kid, and I just enjoyed making fun of it. It was just weird to me, so I just kind of like enjoyed acting like that.
Kivork.
It always got to laugh.
What's going on with your comedy shit? What's going on? Let's catch up. Catch up.
What's happening with the Zesties Pakistanis that fucked you? Take them to court, dude.
To be fair, they didn't fuck him. They just fucked themselves out of, like, they're not in business anymore, right?
Well, I spent so much money opening up at the Zesty Burgers.
Yeah.
I gave them first and last rent for a lease, and then they scammed me. I only had that place for 10 days, and next thing you know, their landlord puts a lock on the door.
I saw that, yeah.
Because they're not paying their rent. They're in debt like $20,000 to their landlord, and then they used my money as like leverage because they probably don't even have any more money in their bank account.
Why does this keep happening in comedy? You know how many
so-
stories on this podcast we've heard of someone saying, I was paying someone rent. They didn't take that money and
Then I
pay
got
rent.
scammed.
They just
spent it. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot in comedy
for some reason.
Yeah. So you're amongst some other successful people.
If they don't pay it back, I'm going to sue them. The lawyer said, yes, you'll win.
Yeah, you got to.
Of course.
Well, of course you win.
Yeah.
But then it's the worry. This is what I always wonder about lawsuits, right? And I'm guessing neither of you have like had a major lawsuit in your lives or whatever. Who knows? Maybe you have. But when you win against someone who wasn't paying you before, do they just keep not paying you now? What happens? I need to look up the rules. Like, what happens if you go to court and you don't pay, but you weren't paying before?
Well, what happens is...
Do you go to jail?
Do they garnish your wages?
Your credit gets ruined because you give it to the credit people, and then they go after them. The borough goes after them.
Okay.
And so their credit gets ruined. So now they're not able to take loans. They're not able to have a car loan. They're not able to have a mortgage on their house. So their credit gets ruined. So that's the... revenge that you get is that you at least fuck up their credit.
Okay. And then they just got to be like a square renter for the rest of their life. They got to get a normal job because they can't get loans and like start a business again. And then they got to get a normal job, but then also can't do anything, so they got to rent.
Yeah.
But even renting, your credit score, depending on some of the renters, that can affect you too, right?
Yeah, getting if you're a landlord and someone has fucked up credit, you're not gonna want them, would you?
Right. No. Unless they're hot.
So that way they
It's a
can
really
pay
hot
with
girl.
something else.
Yeah. So I've been watching, since I've been home a lot, as Lee found out. Sadly, I've been watching a lot of like court TV and stuff like that. I saw the greatest whatever. It was Judge Mathis, and this guy took this girl to court because she owed him rent. And he didn't realize she was just going to be super honest and say, "What do you mean I sucked your dick for rent?" And this man's wife was next to him.
Oh, shit.
That's hilarious.
Oh, my God.
I'd be mad if I was that wife and I was sucking his dick. Like, I can't get mad if I'm not sucking his dick. And he got it elsewhere. But if I'm like, I also suck your dick.
I also suck your dick. I could have not been sucking your dick.
Yeah, I could have not.
Yeah.
I'd be furious.
Oh, you know what's another weird thing I found out recently? I've been learning a lot. When you're home, you just watch shit all the time and you learn stuff, but you also have no money. So it's like a weird... My knowledge is the highest it's ever been, but I'm poor.
You're filling that account up.
Yeah. But here's what I learned. Did you know the whole Yoko Ono story or whatever? John Lennon gets Yoko Ono. She's a weirdo fucking piece of shit. Ruins the Beatles, whatever, right? Apparently, even while he was with Yoko Ono, him and Yoko were having problems. And Yoko Ono turned to his assistant and said, "Hey, me and him are having problems. Suck his dick for me." And she did for years.
Oh, wow.
And then they cut her out.
Apparently, John Lennon was a very abusive.
I think he was a piece of shit. He was a piece
animal.
of shit, man.
Yeah, he was fucked up towards his kids. His wife used to beat women. He was fucked.
You can't look. I think there's some truly like good people who like fight for whatever social issues or whatever. Sure. But sometimes I don't know. When you ever have those people who put themselves out like, "Oh, I help people. I'm gonna write songs about it and stuff." You're always like, I don't know. There might be some evil there.
Because he seems peaceful, but really like, imagine all the women that I've punched in the face. He was an animal. Yeah.
Do you guys have any people like... I'm going to say celebrities, but I prefer the word artists because fuck like celebrities, but like artists that you were into and then you found something out about them and that made you not like them anymore?
Hunter S. Thompson, you remember him?
Yeah.
He was the inspiration for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Well, I found out that he might also be involved in a child sex trafficking ring through the Franklin report or something like that. There's a lot of things that came out with these creepy documents that were happening in Washington. Yeah. And Hunter Thompson was mentioned a few times. And
okay, that's a bad one.
just a guy who he'd be into recording like smut videos.
And they were young?
Political people abusing, killing, murdering young people on video. And Hunter Thompson was apparently the cameraman.
Because he's a weirdo, though. That's why you can't trust the weirdos.
I like them, and now I heard that. I'm like, even if it's fucking made up, I still, it did something to me where I'm like, fuck that guy.
Kivork, any artist or something that you were into, but you found out something about them and you stopped being into them?
Yeah. The thing about R. Kelly.
I still like him. He's great music.
I love his music, but you got to distinguish the personality from the music.
Mm-hmm. I know. You know which one I had trouble with? And it seems there's other artists who've done way worse, but it was just, I think the problem is you have to not watch things. If you don't watch things and you vaguely hear about it, you could deal with it. But I remember I watched a short documentary about the rapper Big Pun and how he had thrown his wife downstairs in anger.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason it was like, and they showed her interviewed after and she was still like loving him, but saying like, yeah, he did that once. I was like, ugh.
I forgive him because look at the guy. How did he make it up those stairs?
He's like, you made me walk up these stairs, bitch.
Same with P. Diddy. I'm going to love his music, but I'm going to distinguish the woman beater from the...
He's doing a lot.
Music.
The woman beater part is not even the worst. It's the only proven thing. But at least like he's like, there's a lot worse.
I'm just thinking about him in that hotel room with a towel. Towel wrapped around him, just beating up that lady. I was just like, that's rough, dude.
He's another weirdo too.
I mean,
and I know people used to shit on him because he's like, he doesn't, he's not a real artist or whatever. But I like Diddy's music. I always did. It's fun.
I mean, you don't have to be an artist to make a good song.
No.
You just surround yourself with maybe quasi-talented people.
With artists.
Yeah, other actual artists. Yeah. And they put something together for you, and next thing you know, you get all the credit. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. Most people I just kind of ignore, but like once in a while you hear some and you're like, ooh, that's brutal. Like Hunter S. Thompson. I've not been into him as much as like I know a lot of comics were big into Hunter S. Thompson and stuff, but I just kind of ignored it. I didn't know.
No, he's just a creepy fuck now, so I'm just like, that's off-putting. That's off-putting.
Yeah, so anyway, we didn't finish it. So what's going on with... Okay, so that's Zesty. You're going to have to litigate with that or whatever because that's what's going on. What about on the horizon? What's going on? Where are you going next? What's your thoughts in your head?
So we're going to make this location Keys Comedy Club. I'm going to renovate it soon. There's going to be a wall there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm going to renovate that hard in the paint.
That way the noise doesn't come here. And I'm going to put right over there where that TV is, the actual stage.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to take some time, right?
Yeah.
I can't just do it all at once. We're going to have to hire someone to move that heavy pool table.
Get my girlfriend.
It's going to be a process.
She walked with them rocks.
After I do
those
that...
traps is big now.
After I do that, the East End is where Keys Comedy Club's for sure going to be.
Oh, yeah? The East needs comedy. It was West for a long time. But I think the East is burgeoning. That's the word I'm going to use, burgeoning.
Because what do they have out here? Fucking SoCap? Social Capital Theater,
SoCap, maybe? Yeah. But that doesn't...
And then the Comedy Bar at Danforth, a little bit further
But that's
down,
what I'm saying, is burgeoning. It has its spots. It's always been SoCap for a long time. But SoCap, as much as I love that anyone who has a SoCap show books me, I've done shows at SoCap. SoCap doesn't feel like it has a culture in the neighborhood, because it's so separated. Like everybody, I think if you walk around that neighborhood, I don't know if that many people you'd be like, oh, do you know about the comedy place that's here? Because it's upstairs,
it's the third floor, yeah.
And I love SoCap, but like, if they need like the bottom floor to really sell it as a comedy place, because it just gets ignored.
Yeah, after I do a bit of renovation here, we're actually gonna make it look nice, but it's gonna be some time.
Okay.
That's sick. You can play the long game. I think part of the problem with fucking some of the places that we're in, what's that other place, the Royal or whatever, is after the Royal, it was like everything was too quick. Like, we're just going to renovate the whole thing. And in my head, I was always like, just run shows.
Yeah, and in time, it'll
and then
start
over time, you make a little changes.
The pieces will come together.
Yeah. That's sick, though. So here at Rivals, you heard it first.
Yeah,
is that it will eventually be a very legitimate Keys Comedy Club, get renovated, everything.
Yeah, and then when the West End, I'll still be staying there. I'm sending over the traffic to Backroom Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
So their crowd is now doubling because it's Keys Comedy Club and theirs.
Oh, so sick. So you run shows out of Backroom sometimes.
I'm sending them all the traffic.
Oh, shit.
That way I don't have to refund tickets, because when the Keys Comedy Club, we randomly got kicked out, I lost over thousands of dollars refunding tickets.
Oh, fuck.
It's fucking annoying.
Do you get to add that? Maybe this is not stuff you discuss or whatever, but I'm wondering if you're able to add that to the Zesty guys. Like that
Put on their tap.
How does that work?
Yeah.
I'm speaking to you like you're a lawyer. I'm looking to Lee. Tell me legally speaking. How the fuck does that work? I don't know. I can't even
elaborate on that.
So when I just send over the traffic to them, then I can at least still keep the ticket sales.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So it just looks like you ran a successful thing. That's cool. And backroom guys are nice guys or whatever.
Yeah, they're happy. They're happy as hell.
Of course they're happy. You sent them free audience. They're like, what are they gonna be like? What kind of bullshit is this? We're making more money.
A Jew making money? Like, just fucking feels great. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. We're in before we get kicked out.
I gotta head out too.
Yeah,
Happy to have you.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks
bro.
for having me here.
Thank
God
you
bless
for being
you guys.
on. I appreciate it. Yeah. Let's hear it for Keys Comedy. Check out online. I'm sure you'll start seeing stuff whenever. So just keep looking out for Keys Comedy.
Yeah.
And keep fades too. Get your hair cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.